I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me Mr. Journalist, I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now, and I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers.
Hello, we are happy to come your way again with this radio talk show called TSM Pidgin. The TSM, that's a news organization or news group on the internet, helping you always to make sure that different kind of story that are going around, you get the correct one. The TSM do this one here because you know there are plenty of different news that can go on. They want to help you get the correct story, the true story from the false story then. My name is Seo Watusi, your special Liberian English friend. The first story here is concerning some story some people put down on the social media, what they call the internet. And they say the two cell phone company then that we get in Liberia here, Lone Star, MTN and Orange, that people, they say they get some question, then when they pull down, when you answer the question then here, you will win plenty money, price, 50,000 Liberian dollar. You know, when BB holiday then coming, like the Christmas and the New Year, all kind of things that can happen. People will expect it, so from the time they put the internet here down now, people going there, talking, doing all kind of things and saying, company doing this, company doing that. So the one group here who put all this story here down, they called their name Crosswalk Christmas. These people, they are Christian group, and they always making Christmas time coming the time Jesus was born, and they can be giving honor to people. And on December 25, they've been doing this thing here all over the world. Now, this Christmas business here is started way back. And every time December 25, then that's a big program all over the world, particularly so in area where they get Christian there. Now, when this story came down now, and you know everybody looking for money, looking for way to try to get money for Christmas, not knowing they get other people who just want to make sure that they want to add that and cheat people with their money. So TSM decided to check all this one here. So they go to the Facebook page for Lone Star, MTN, and the WhatsApp. That people, Lone Star, MTN, they say, that thing you're talking is not true. Lone Star, my TSM fact checker, they not even said all along, they say, no, that thing you're talking is not true. We're not inside. Then the TSM fact checker move from there and go to the Facebook page for the Orange here. Especially so first they go to the Facebook page to check the MTN, the Lone Star. They check the play what they call yellow Santa that they do that is Santa Claus side, where they can pour the Santa Claus then for 2025 now. That on November 5, TSM go there to check, checking all these things here and find out that nothing like that is going on. So they go to Celcom or Orange. They see we talking here, we get it. They say that what Orange doing? The Orange people say that thing you talking is not real. The big word they use, they say it's fake. Don't even bring that thought to us. Well, the TSM fact checker still want to make sure that they bring you the correct story. So they start to go from place to place. Go to the Lone Star internet page, the Orange internet page to find out whether this story is true. Well, the TSM say they come to the conclusion that all of the checking where they finished doing, looking for the kind of story here that Crosswalk Christmas pull down to say they want and Lone Star and Orange then will give you $50,000 liberty if you answer some question when they pull out. This one It's not true. So the Christmas time here, TSM say people should really be able to watch because there are things that people can just use it to cheat you and steal your money. The other story is concerning children then that are selling in the street. So one news group on the internet they call the Liberian Influence put it down. They say the government of Liberia they put a stop to children selling in the street. And in fact, from December 16, the government put that order down. No child should be in the street selling. So when the Liberian Influence put this particular thing here down, plenty of people can follow this thing there on the internet. So plenty of people now start talking. Well, more than 2,000 people now start talking about this thing here. Some people who are talking about it they say that the correct thing the government do. But other people say, why that the government do to post up to people's children selling in the street? That people need to put some kind of plan in place that will make it not just grabbing the children, taking them from the street and then they go. Because by the time you turn your back, they will come back again. So one of the people TSM talked to, that David Yasia, he said the government should put some real plan down. Yeah, before that law what they make it to say or the order what they bring it to put the stop to the thing here, before they can even put it down. Because why? How longer you say they shouldn't have not say, then you have to get something that you will do to help them. Many of the children there, they are children for blind people. The blind people can't see. They're holding their man there and their father were blind in the street and they're the one that are begging. Some selling small candy there and things like that. Well, some other person talk. Madam Kou Sogbe, she read a paper on the internet. She said, the idea here is good, but are begging the government to make sure that these children then they send them to school free, at least from ABC to 6th grade. Then when when they go to school and they're not paying tuition, their parents then will now be able to just look for food for them. But children then pay tuition and then nothing doing, so the children, some of the children, their parents they're not able, so they can send the children in the street. Now, TSM want to find out the particular street selling here, why it should be a problem in the Liberia here. Here, then what TSM find out. If you really live in Morofia here, you will know the whole thing that going on. Children you see, small. Some of them get candy then, they get cold water, and small biscuit then, that they selling between the cars, especially so. Because why? They say plenty of these children, they not get money. Plenty of them come from the poor area of Monrovia here. Poor area of Monrovia here, like West Point, Claratown, and Rayleigh. Now, they're not there making fun of. That thing they're doing so, they can use what they getting from there that they're living on, that they're living there so. The other day, the American government, in their house, on working matters, they put report also at 2024. They say this street selling here, children make working to be able to bring money home and not they work for children, that the parents are supposed to work to feed the children. They say Liberia be fighting they want here, but Liberia still need to still fight because the problem is still there. In August 2024, the government house that is in charge of million women and children, they call it gender, that people they sign agreement paper with one NGO they call Street Child. This Street Child here, they send people to them with them for them to work and make sure that they take about 50,000 children from the street. And this one, from 2024 to 2030, the people should work over that time. So that means they got to put some things in place really that people will follow. The United Nations office, when looking after children matter, they call UNICEF. That people, they say children there that are about 15 years, they about 42% in this country, and then plenty of the children, by the time you go to, they're all in the street selling. This is not good. So that's why the government of Liberia decided to fight what they want here. What we want to make correct here is that were on December 16, that the government people come to talk to the news people and say the particular order where they come to pull down to move children from in the streets who's selling, it will happen on December 18 and not December 16. The December 16 business came inside the whole thing here that Liberian influencer pulled down because the people talk this thing here on December 16. And that group say that the government say, now, they were taking the people from the street. No. TSM found out that when they were talking to news people that day, plenty of different working group go there. The government house they call gender, the government house, working house they call Ministry of Labor, the law and order ministry they call justice, and then the city corporation in Monrovia here, and then Pinsway, all the world in that place that they talk all this one here. Well, with all this one that going on, and everybody saying that it is true, that yes, the idea is good, but then the news come out say that on the 18th of December, they will make sure that they put a barrier down to be able to take children from there. So TSM say it come to the conclusion after doing all of the checking that yeah, it is true the government made announcement to put ban on children selling in the street. But this particular one that Liberian influence put down on to say that on the 16th it happened, no, it's not correct. That on the 18th. That the 18th particular that on the 18th the government say it will start, but government made the announcement on December 16. So right now TSM say it is true that government actually post a stop order for children to be selling to move from industry and stop selling. This other story is concerning one civilian group, what they call stand. That people, they pulled it down to say that, in fact, their main name, they call it Solidarity and Trust for a New Day. That the long name, their short name that stand. So they read the government of Liberia ever since, and they say that they were going to march in the street on December 17. And that they marching what they were going to do, so they were carrying their paper, then they are complaining to the executive marshal, to the president. So because they are complaining, they say that going on, plenty hard time going on in this country here, and the government are doing no serious thing about it. But when the time was coming for them to do their march and their protest, the big person for the stand, Mr. Mobake Moru, then he said the police people, or the government of Liberia, through the police people, they say nobody must come to the executive marshal. If the stand people want to do their protest, they can do it, but they will not go to the executive marshal. That's why Monbake Modu say. He said that what the police people do. So TSM wanted to make sure whether they think that are true, decided to check. Now, checking from document to document, or checking with the police and other things, Monbake Modu, in fact, a strong talk. He said the police people in the Liberia here, they must understand this thing here, that they cannot put fear in anybody. The big word for them here, he said intimidate. He said, I don't care what happened. Anytime people want to protest, they must go to that executive machine, because that the only way the government will listen, because they play the government they play the president and their thing that they want to do is concerning the president, because the president that the leader for the country. And so the complaint they get is against him, so they must go there. Well, TSM decided to find out whether the thing where Modu talked to say the police will say they will stop them from going to the executive machine are true. So TSM go to the Facebook page for the police. And on December 16, the one day before the protest will start, person working talk for the Liberia police, Madam Cecilia Clark, put a paper outside and saying that the executive marshal, the police will not allow anybody to go there because they're not the place for people to do protest. The paper say some people can do their protest, but they will not go there. The police will not allow them to go to the executive marshal to put their complaint down. Now, the police people say in that particular statement, what they put outside, they say in the Liberia here, everybody, the big law book, okay, everybody the right for them to go out in the street and march for any reason where they feel that hurting them. But they say you will not carry the thing here to executive marching. While you're doing your marching, you must not spoil the right for other people. So the police people say they're going to be doing this thing here. But Stan said no. When they see what the police people doing, and meaning the police people they taking side. He said they were going there to give their paper to the president because I played the president working. So how can they stop them? Well, on December 17 for true, the protest start. And one news group, they call Spoon TV, and another newspaper, they call Front Page Africa, and another internet news group they call DN News, and different people, they went to the place here and say, yes, the Liberian police people, they stopped these people here because the different security group were also police, immigration, and other people that they were there on action ground to say nobody must go there. So TSM say with all of the checking and thing what they do and what it see on that day, it is true. The government of Liberia stopped the stamp people from going to the executive marshal to carry their complaint. This other story is concerning where one news group pulled down. They call the news group on the internet Shine Liberia. They pulled it down to say that the government offered a fighting with Baba Secretary, what they call DROS, or Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. That people, they gave tests to some of their own officer there to take the drug test here. And don't make them fail. Meaning, the test catch them. The people see drugs in their blood. So they fail the test. And after they finish the test here, they pull them down from the whole organization. Now, TSM decided to check this one here. So it was on November 12, 2025 when Shine Liberia put this story here also. Now, they say plenty of the officers there where the people gave drug tests to that people then failed their drugs, man, and so they take them from the place. It's not correct. They're not correct. They can't be in the LDEA. The LDEA here is one of the security officers there that honor the big government office they call Law and Order, Ministry of Justice. So they are the one that fighting with drugs and the thing. Right now, their big person, that face Gerald Biago. He the big person for them here now, and they been fighting with drugs here every time. Now, Biago say they drug test here, they will give it to people because why? The number one big person for the government of Liberia, Joe Baka, he said, he now say because he president, he went to the place where the people were doing the test here and do tests and do the drug test. When they want to see, he passed. No drugs were in his blood that the people will find. And the TSM also find out that these people here to make people to test for drugs to see whether that people that are in drugs. That now something new that the government been doing. The government been doing it ever since. All the way the government decided to do the way because the drug business in the Liberia now it's not something small. You turn so they turn there laying down all in the streets. So drug business. So to be able to fight this one here, why the people take catching the drug and throwing it from there, they have to check people because there are some people who want to be in the DEA who also let the drug business here. And they want to use it now that it mean because that it mean people who can be fighting with drug when they get it, so they will be doing it. So they will be doing the whole drug business here. So they say no, nobody who in drug, they will not allow that person to work in the LDEA. So they say when they do this particular test here, some of these people they were already in the LDEA and they assigned them to Pomey County. They go do them where the minute they were in drugs. And the officer then so the Lawo Yeke, C. Tony Granite, Yuma Malimono, Lawrence J. Feju, Milton Bird. All these people in the LDEA also holding them here until they can put them up. And then who near call Lawo Yeke then, they just trying to come in, they're trying to bring them in. So all these things then that TSM be talking here, making sure that whether it is true that our people they suspend their officer then, they say they come to the conclusion that all the checking what they do, those officers then for true they fail the test and the people put them down. In fact, they drop them good from the place all the one who failed the test. So TSM say it is true. Well, that's all we had time for on this TSM Pidgin today. My name is Seyo Watosi, your TSM Pidgin English friend. Bye bye and God bless you.